We're back here in the final segment of our program, Jones and Company, and we are speaking with the consultant physicians today, Dr. John Dillett and Dr. Loxley Monroe. They are from the Consultant Physician Staff Association. Godfrey?
Doctors, let me ask you all a very fundamental question that concerns me as a citizen. Based on what I hear about the attrition among nurses leaving the country, based on what I hear about the state of the medical infrastructure in the country, based on what I hear about the frustrations that you as consultants have in the country, right? What is the state of health in our country? That's what I need to know. What is the state of health? Because I already know that the Bahamas has the highest healthcare costs in this region. The Bahamas is one of the countries with apart maybe from Haiti, with a substantially number of people with non-communicable diseases. And our overall health of the nation is relatively poor because we have segments of our country who healthcare is unaffordable and nutritious food is unaffordable. So what is the state of our health?
Well, I mean, the measure of healthcare varies depending on where you are and what it is.
Or how much money you got then.
Right.
I live over the hill now.
Let me finish.
No, I live over the hill. In
Primarily, if you look at the Ministry of Health, the criteria they use to speak to the level of our healthcare is infant mortality rate, maternal mortality rate, and possibly the burden of non-communicable diseases, as they say, hypertension, diabetes. And if you look at it, our infant mortality rate is probably unacceptable. These are the classical or traditional criteria. And again, I can say to you that suggestions were made by physicians on how this can be addressed, okay, which have not been followed by the administrators. So if you speak to the usual markers, ours are not necessarily the best, that is true. If you look at chronic non-communicable diseases, hypertension, diabetes, our problem relates to obesity. We are one of the most obese, unhealthy countries in the Caribbean and must be number 16 in the world or somewhere like that. So then what you see is amputations, you see persons on dialysis, you see persons with strokes and heart attack. And once that happens, they can no longer make positive contribution in society. They become dependent of society. So your ability to meet anything is drained by this burden of disease. You speak of food, unhealthy food. And again, Dr. Dillett can speak to this. If you look at what is the CAP, the Common Agricultural Policy, that is in the EU, the European Union. The European Union support their farmers. They support their agriculturalists to ensure that
the quality of food.
That's right. If you go to the United States, our northern neighbor, the Food and Drug Administration, they place something like $150 billion to their farmers so that they can ensure the security of their food. What do we do with our farmers? What happened to all our chicken farms? What happened to all them guys in Long Island that used to grow peas and peanuts and so forth? Right? Our government, we do not support that type of effort in this country. And then we talk about the end product, right? Because we are buying Kentucky, we are buying salt, bottled salt, we are buying all kind of salmon and whatnot, and we got the best snappers in the world, okay? So it becomes a matter of national priority. If you really want to not just talk about infant mortality rate, but talk about these chronic non-communicable diseases.
Yeah, but ain't nothing wrong with Kentucky. We buy a lot of Kentucky. I just want you to know that, right? And Bahamians love Kentucky. Dr. Monroe, Dr. Dillett, you have been talking about the infrastructure. And I know that you're a surgeon,
Yes.
and you've had difficulty operating in the theaters
Yes.
because of air conditioning and all of that.
Yes.
That is sorted out, the air conditioning?
The reason why I came late today is primarily because we did one case yesterday because the air condition was down once again. And there were 3 persons, an old man, 77, with a hernia, symptomatic, a woman with gallbladder disease, and another patient who had another problem that they said to me, the air condition, you have a chance to do those cases now. Mr.
Yeah.
Jones, I gave up my office. I have a patient waiting on me for discharge at this moment because instead of going to all of my personal issues, I went to the Princess Margaret Hospital and sorted those people out. My staff, again, this is national, you could delete it, they were waiting on their paycheck. I had them with me. Literally, I had to go in the parking lot and give them their paycheck because I did not even have time to go to my private office and pay my staff because Princess Margaret Hospital said, we have an opening, you have these patients. What did I do? I dropped all my personal business and went to Princess Margaret Hospital to try to deliver service to people. That is what my...
Mr. Jones, that is the dedication that we are talking about with the Consultant Staff Physician Association. That is one example of the dedication and the selflessness that goes into that. We're not selfish. We're not greedy. We do that all the time, and we don't look for any accolades. We don't look for any recognition. We just do what needs to be done.
You think doctors, consultant physicians are underappreciated?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And
Wait. See,
Yes?
no. I think it appears that they're underappreciated by the Public Health Authority, not by the general public.
that is true. And I think a part of it, and that's what I was going to say, that we don't necessarily, like I say, I said that just now in the public sphere. This is after 37 years of working as a physician. Ordinarily, what we do is not about for our benefit. I don't go around telling people, oh, I did this, I did. I may tell him, man, you should see what I face. But in terms of going to the public, oh, I just finished doing it. No, that's not how physicians behave. You don't go around saying, I could do this, I could do that, I could do the next. That's not how we behave.
But you saved thousands of lives.
Yes, I can say that.
In the country.
I can say that, yes.
Yes, as a general physician,
As a
a
general
general surgeon, I know of some of the wonderful work that you have done, I can tell you. People talk to me about you all the time. And Dr. Dillett, you are saving lives as well.
Well, we are all part of the system. We're doing our best. We work in many different ways. We work together. And it's just about giving a little bit of respect.
Yeah.
And showing that all of that effort and all of that commitment is appreciated.
You serious about striking?
Now you want me to put that into the public sphere. We are going to hold an urgent meeting on Monday, and we're going to have a strike poll on Friday. However, I guess you would probably know, being in the media, having a strike certificate doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to strike. You have the proper authorization to withdraw services, but doesn't necessarily. If they were to say, okay guys, come, let us really resolve this issue. But again, as I mentioned,
But what was taking so long?
Exactly.
Why can't you have a dialogue?
Why?
Can't you just
Mr.
have
Jones,
a dialogue?
you asked some very good questions, Mr. Jones. You asked some very good questions.
see, the whole this of threat. Why do we need to threaten all these things? That doesn't make any sense. See?
But your minister was a consultant physician, wasn't he?
Yes.
Dr. Sands. Doesn't he have the authority as the Minister of Health to initiate a serious dialogue with you and to resolve some of these issues since he has been a member of your association?
Yes. We, from this level, would have liked to think that that would have been the case. But to be truthful, again, for the body in general, it has been disappointing. As I said to Mr. Eneas, in 2002, the realization came that once they are no longer practicing physicians, the interest or the passion they have, the focus changes. And he hasn't displayed anything different from what I have seen over the years.
Are you saying the same thing could happen to you if you become Minister of Health? That
Well,
your focus will change?
I don't have to become Minister of Health, because if I do, then they'd all hate me, because I won't change. I would not change like that. I can guarantee you, if I were to become Minister of Health, they would all hate me with a passion. Because the guy walking through Princess Margaret Hospital, that patient in Inagua who don't have any airlift, we are going to figure out how to deliver care to them. And I won't change. This has been 36, 37 years now. I don't see any reason why, no matter what position you give me, I'm going to change because I have a position. It will not change because of the position.
Well, we wish you the best.
Let me make this point.
We're flat out of time,
Let me make
Godfrey.
this
I know you
Let
like
me
to
make this point.
disobey the rules, but you know,
Dr.
go
Monroe.
ahead.
Yes, sir.
There's a gentleman named Neville Chamberlain.
Yeah.
He had a farm in Andros, a sisal farm. And he wasn't a successful sisal farm. He went back to England.
Became Prime Minister.
No, his first ministerial appointment
Was healthy.
was Ministry of Health. And he did such a good job. Not a doctor, a farmer. Became Minister of Health, and then they made him Prime Minister. So you see the point I'm making?
He finds a way to get food in there somewhere. But thank you so very much, gentlemen. I appreciate your being here today. And I know you have a whole lot of work ahead of you, and we wish you well.
Thank you very much for having us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Godfrey Eneas.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching and listening to our program. Good evening, everyone.